don't know where to go, but they did win yesterday, and they've won 4 games in a row.
And the guy coming on next, man.
Is really starting to step up,
Yeah.
starting to feel better. On the line right now is Tennessee Titans defender Bud Dupree. Bud, good morning to you. We wish we had better circumstances to welcome you in, but you guys have won 4 games in a row, and we appreciate you making time.
Man, appreciate y'all having me. How y'all
So,
doing in the morning?
yeah,
We're
we're
good.
doing
Victory Monday, bud.
Yeah, it's a victory Monday,
Yeah.
and you guys have swept the team in the division that you would be most worried about, or most people would have been most worried about. We would be remiss not to go here first, but the Derrick Henry injury, obviously, we don't know the extent of it yet. We're going to find out more. But did you guys know what was going on like yesterday during the game or last night that there was a serious situation here with Derrick?
Nah, not for real. I guess they was trying to really see what was wrong with him. Then this morning I wake up on Twitter. I just started seeing a lot of different stuff. So hopefully it's not bad,
Yeah.
we can move and we can be able to move on from it.
But you've been in this situation before, man. You're a savvy vet now in this league, and you've been on a team that's lost, let's say a Le'Veon or a Ben or a marquee player in AB type, man. If you could, man, just peel back the curtain on what it takes from everybody else to kind of sustain the level of competition that y'all have had so far. You've been here before.
It's different. So when you lose a kind of player like that, man. Well, I'm a knock on wood to say hopefully we haven't. And but man, everyone has to step up around. There has to be a little more spark from everybody. We all have to come together even more. Guys have to really, dial in on specifics of the games and make sure we're making up for playing our best ball. That's what it boils down to, man. You have to really come in and have guys on the same page, knowing what's going on, so you can make the team that much better.
Yeah. On the other side of that, man, y'all are playing lights out defensively, but you got a lot of injuries on the back end on top of just having some young players, man, and having some guys that were signed off the street or either on practice squad. Like, what has been the mentality of this defensive front and the linebackers, man, to where in the last few weeks y'all have knocked off friggin' the Bills, Kansas City, and also an in-division rival like the Colts? What's been the switch for your group up front, man, along with the linebackers?
Man, I think we're just coming in the groove because we seeing that we can be dominant playing together football. Guys are flying around. Everyone wants starting to make plays. Everyone wants to make plays, and we just got to put it on ourselves because we know we do have injuries in the back end and also on offense as well. A couple guys still were out even throughout the other games that we were playing. So we got to make up the slack for that and play our best team ball. And starting up front, we got to set the tone, and that way we won't be again. It's still bully ball at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And we got to come in and we got to establish that mojo right away.
But how are you feeling? It seems, you're playing more snaps again now. You played a few weeks to open the season, and you kind of backed off a little bit, and they've been a little bit more cautious with you. But last 2 weeks, we're starting to see a little bit of the Bud that we saw in that other uniform in years past, and Titans fans are really excited to see what you're doing right now.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's a process, man. Man, people say 9 months ACL you'll be good, man, but that's not the case really. Me being through it and other guys going through it, and being an edge rusher, number one thing we want to do is have that bend, man. But the ACL can definitely resist you from being able to bend. So going through the process over and over, getting more game reps, getting more comfortable on the field, getting more comfortable with my teammates as well. It's only helping me out. So as the season goes on, I only progress, and I'm excited for what's in store.
Is that the most frustrating thing, Bud? Is your mind knowing what you're capable of doing, but your body just not quite having caught up to that, and then you just kind of having to deal with the fact that you're not 100%. You want to go 100 miles an hour, but maybe you can only go 50 for a while.
Yeah, that's what it is. So, man, at the end of the day, you just got to deal with it. Put your hard hat on, man. Go in there and grind, and whatever happens when you're on there just happens.
Right.
So don't think about it too much. But at the end of the day, it's going to be something that's going to be in front of you. But when it just presents itself, then you just say, like, for instance, you might do a move or do something, and you feel a little bit, but you got to get through it. You're already on the field, so just know it won't last long.
Right. But yesterday, man, on one of the biggest plays of the games. Now, you don't go down as a sack on this play because that would have been a safety. But you go down as a guy, man, that got cut by the right guard and by the running back and could have been a high-low, just being real. So aside from that, you get up and still get Carson Wentz in the end zone while he's trying to throw it left-handed to your teammate Molden. What was going through your mind as you popped up off the ground and saw Carson Wentz with that ball, man?
Man, so I actually coming out the line, soon as he coming out the line, man, I seen the mesh point, and it stopped me from going directly to him because I seen him trying to read me directly, so it kind of messed me up when the guard cut me. But I just knew I had to outrun the guard because I normally do that on run plays and try to make the tackle in the backfield.
Mm-hmm.
But man, it just kind of when he clipped me, man, I just had man, hurry up and get up, hurry up and get up, hurry up and get up, because I knew he still had the ball, and then that just happened to be right there, and I grabbed his right hand, but somehow I don't know how he got the ball to his left hand. So man, Wentz was doing some crazy stuff all year, throwing the ball right before sacks. He's one of those strong quarterbacks, man. You gotta give credit to when it's due because he is a tough one to bring down. And each of the last times I even sacked Wentz, man, going for the ball, he always hold on to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think you also, if you watch film of Carson Wentz, with Bud Dupree joining us here on the program, that if you let him, he might do a couple of things like he did yesterday. So as long as you don't give up on the play, he's not going to give up on the play, which sometimes is great for the Colts or whoever he's playing for, but other times turns out to be great for you. And you can also speak to Elijah Molden, the rookie who's growing up. He's making some mistakes, but that's what you do as a first-year player. But he's also seeming to be a little bit more around the football, and he made a heady play there in the end zone to get that touchdown.
Yeah, definitely. Man, he's doing pretty good, man. Just getting in the groove as well. So KB's doing a good job of coaching him up.
Mm-hmm.
And, man, we're excited for his future. There's a lot of guys that's going to be back, hopefully within the next few weeks from the secondary that'll just make those boys that much more better in splash plays.
Bud, you said something a second ago, early on in your interview when we was talking to you. You was like, we want to get back to playing. We're playing bully ball at the end of the day. I got to ask you this, man. Jeff caught a personal foul yesterday, and I'm not sure if you saw the Jets and Cincy game yesterday too, but Mike Hilton kind of caught a head-to-head also with the offensive player going down and shrinking to the hit zone. I got to ask you, with the way y'all going to play bully ball, how do you do it in this NFL? Because there wasn't a late hit on Jeff. I can say that as a former player now. And the Mike Hilton hit in Cincinnati, that wasn't a head-to-head. It was caused by the offensive player. How do you go about not getting these penalties, man, that's going to run up and change field position on defenders these days?
Yeah, definitely. So now, man, at this point, they're making the rules so it's turning more into chess for you to tackle. You got to really calculate what you're gonna do before you do it. But at the end of the day, man, you still can't let it slow you down. If you get aim lower, and if you get the penalty, man, it's just gonna be a part of it. Because as soon as you go in trying to aim for the right spot and trying to slow down and make sure you hit them right, that's when stuff will occur, like Wentz throwing the ball 30 yards to completion.
Yeah.
You coming in and going in trying to do it, and you mess around and hurt yourself because you're slowing down, man. But it's a lose-lose situation at the end of the day, and that's how I feel about it. They don't want you to be too physical, but they want you to try to play full speed and aim at a certain level. But it's just kind of like impossible at the moment. But those guys knowing, some of those offensive guys knowing what penalties to bring, so they will kind of do it on purpose as well. It just plays hand in hand. So we just got to be a little bit more aware of what we're doing, but don't let it slow us down.
But you guys are on the sideline watching. We're going to have Randy Bullock with us off the top of next hour. And kicking can be – I can't even imagine being a player that can't do anything about what's happening with a kicker. But are you guys getting to the point with Randy, when you see him go out there, you just know he's going to make it because he seems to be doing it so often?
Man, yeah, Randy been doing that for some time now.
Yeah.
Randy been going to a lot of different teams, making game-winning field goals.
Yeah.
And he played with us on the Steelers, came in, made a couple plays. Then he went to Cincinnati, made a couple plays. And after that, he went somewhere else, made a couple plays, and now he came to the Titans, made a couple plays. So I'm familiar with Randy and how he does it. But man, each time, man, each time, he has the same mindset every day, the same personality every day.
Yeah.
And we just know he's gonna go out and bang it.
You're playing with a guy that's mirroring exactly what you did last year, Bud. Harold Landry the third, dog.
Yep.
What is it like watching him and what he's got going on, and how I know you're talking to him and telling him, hey, stay focused, keep doing this. Right now, he's tied with TJ behind Myles Garrett as far as 8.5 sacks. Myles Garrett's got 10.5 right now. To see him feasting this year, to see him growing as a player, Bud, and sometimes it takes a little longer. So how have you been, guiding him through this year, telling him to stay focused and just celebrating the year that he's having so far?
Man, it's amazing what Harold's doing right now, man. Before the season, man, all he could talk about was sacks. Man, he just wanted to get sacks. We were just working. Crow does a great job of working pass rush with us. We always put out input on different pass rush stuff. We talked through it a lot. And, man, I'm just excited that it's paying off for him. He keeps making plays week in and week out. And I just tell him all the time, man, just stay on the path you're on, man. It'll pay off.
Literally.
No,
yeah, literally.
Literally.
Yeah, you guys are definitely getting after the quarterback. What do you feel about the unit as a whole and Shane Bowen right now? It does seem like whoever is out there, you guys are just playing like one. Like, you've had a whole lot of injuries and you've been coming back. The secondary's been ravaged. There's been a lot of eyeballs on that defense, but nobody's been able to really expose you guys, and that has to speak to what Shane is doing and how some of these younger guys like Amani Rice and guys like that are performing.
Yeah. So, they just do a great job of coaching, man. They're very detailed, so they know exactly what we need to do in those situations. You just got to be able to do it. And they look at it like, we're going to coach you so detailed that even if you're a third guy, if the first guy goes down, third guy comes in, you're going to know everything you need to do. It's just up to you to go out there and perform.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, they do a great job of that, man. Shane always is coming in, hyping guys up, making sure guys know they can do it. And, you know how Vrabel is. He's real hands-on and stuff. So, man, it's just fun to see everybody been in different positions the whole season. Different players coming in, different players playing, and probably people who wouldn't be playing at all during the season.
Yeah.
The injuries weren't occurred. So, it's a fun time for them and a fun time for us.
Speaking of which, too, man, y'all returned a favor for a guy yesterday, Danico Autry, but went and played against his old team. Just be real quick. Was he a little petty? Was he a little excited on the flight back to Nashville? But come on now.
Man, definitely he was. He was. After the first game we played, Nico was hyped. He was happy. So this game definitely sealed the deal for him, man. He's excited. He's excited. He was at that hype, man. Mouth was on 10. And it was fun just hearing him with his former teammates, all the old built-up animosity they had.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So, Bud, Kentucky-Tennessee is this weekend.
Oh, no. Come on. It is Kentucky-Tennessee, man. Jay, go ahead, set it up. Come on.
So it's Vols and Wildcats. And look, Kentucky, they didn't have the best weekend, but I know you've been paying attention to them. They've had a pretty solid season, and you've got a Vol in the studio who's just trying to get chesty this week about Kentucky, so I wanted to hear a little bit of smack talk before we let you go.
Man, let me tell you, when I first met Ramon, this is what you called me, Kentucky. When I first met him, man, you say, hey, man, what's up, Kentucky? Every time. So, man, I'm glad we started beating them every year now. And, it doesn't turn into a fashion statement now. So, I expect us to beat the Vols this week, probably by 20. That is what I expect.
By 20. Okay, but we'll have to text on the side.
We coming on a revenge game. We mad right now. We lost last week to a team that we weren't supposed to lose to. You can tell Jeff I said that. And, man, it's just I just think we're turning back around right now and go back on this run.
So if I'm texting you and Wesley Woodyard together, just so you know, if we do beat y'all, Bud, I'm petty, so I got my Photoshop machine ready. Why
don't you guys make a bet? We made a bet with Wes. We made a bet with
Yeah,
Woodyard last year. What's the bet?
I had to pay Wes some
High-end adult beverages.
high-end adult beverage and some cigars, but we'll figure something out, man. We'll at least openly
Yeah.
tweet about it.
Okay.
Well, yeah, go Vols, bud.
But we appreciate you, brother, man. Keep up the good work, and prayers are up right now for Derrick Henry, obviously.
Absolutely, man.
No, definitely.
Appreciate you, bud.
Yeah, man. That's Bud Dupree. Man,
hate week.
hey, man, I realized it right towards the end. Wait a second, Bud Dupree